The search for answers continues in the shooting death of 9-year-old Nigel Brown. Now, Albany business owners are adding money to the reward to help solve the tragic death of the child killed while sleeping in his own bed. WLB News 10's Kiara Hood joins us live in the studio with the latest details.
Yeah, Jim, the Albany Police Department says area businesses donated just over $5,000 to add to the existing $5,000 reward being offered by Crimestoppers. The reward is now at $10,090. Nigel was found with a gunshot wound to his head after a drive-by shooting Sunday night in the 1500 block of West Gordon Avenue. He was asleep in his bed at the time, and several other people were in the home during that shooting. Now, anyone with information is urged to call Crimestoppers. That number is 229-436-TIPS, and you can remain anonymous. Jim.
She's so fine. Blows my mind.
What's good, guys? This story is coming out of Albany, Georgia. Came out on August the 9th. It's coming via People. And I want to thank Marie722 for sending it to me. 9-year-old Georgia child killed in his bed during seemingly random drive-by shooting. A 9-year-old Georgia child was fatally shot as he slept in his bed after an unknown suspect opened fire on his family home. This is a senseless killing, Albany Police Chief Michael Pursley said during a press conference Monday.
This morning, the family of Nigel Brown is dealing in grief and suffering because some coward on the streets of Albany, Georgia, took his life. And I say coward because the loss of one life is too many, but definitely in this case, this was a senseless killing. The biggest thing, first and foremost, that I want to say to the family, for Nigel and his friends, is that I apologize for the actions of those who did this, because they do not care about the life of people here in this city, and they do not care about their own life. To Nigel's mother, I plan to meet with her because I want her to hear my heart, but most of all, I just want to comfort her because she needs it.
According to authorities, Nigel's mother had gone to check on him after hearing several gunshots that came from a car driving through the area. The child had been shot in the head and was pronounced dead at the scene.
That was my firstborn. I remember the day me and his father lay on the altar and prayed to God and asked God to allow us to get pregnant. 3 months later, we got pregnant with him. If I knew at that time, 9 years later, he would have been taken away from me, I may want to pray that prayer.
Brown remembers Sunday night and how it changed her family forever.
His baby sister was laying in the bed under him. My baby have not been asleep in the last couple of days. And I can't imagine how she feeling, because I know how I feel. That was her best friend. That was her brother. They did everything together.
She has one message for the person responsible for the death of her son.
I forgive you before I know who you are. I don't know the reason why you done it. Whoever you may was shooting at, turn yourself in. Give me a peace of mind to know that you are off the streets.
Brown says her family and the community have been a huge support system, one that she's needed and thankful to have.
I love it. I love it. I love everything that the community is stepping up to help with. We all are basically a family here in Albany. Give us justice. Justice for Nigel. Justice for Albany. Give us justice.
But authorities are continuing to investigate. No arrests have been made in the case. During Monday's press conference, Pursley and Dougherty County District Attorney Greg Edwards spoke out against gun violence within their community.
The police are part of the solution. We're not the final solution. We've said it time and time again. It's not just us. We're going to need everybody in this. This is a community problem, and though it can easily be said this is happening across the United States, but right here in Albany, Georgia, I'm asking for everybody who's concerned, who's a member, whether you have a business here, a residence here, or whatever it may be, what are you willing to do to save this community? I need your help. Not just in this case, but anything that has happened before we haven't been able to solve, and also things to come in the future. Because if people continue to run these streets rampant, and you feel as though that you're not safe, they have my officers on the edge every day because they don't know if this is their last day. These people need to be shut down. Yes, I know someone's saying, well, just lock them up. We do. They'll get out. But I need the community's help to prevent it.
District Attorney Greg Edwards said his office was making gun violence a priority and that he would recommend a punishment for the crime that would be, quote, as severe as possible, end quote. Anyone with information is asked to call Crimestoppers at 229-436-TIPS to remain anonymous, or call the Albany Police Department at 229-431-2100 to speak directly with an investigator. Now, there has been a GoFundMe set up, and the title of it is Son Dies by Gunshot Wound to Head as He Sleeps. They have a goal of $10,000. They have raised so far $1,840. Honestly, it's a little disappointing to me. Now, I'm going to read what the GoFundMe says as well as show it on the screen. A 9-year-old child has died after being shot in the head during a drive-by shooting in Albany Sunday night, just before 11 p.m. on West Gordon Avenue. According to Albany Police, Nigel Brown was in bed asleep when a vehicle passing through the area opened fire. 4 other people were inside the home at the time of the incident, according to the Albany Police Department. Please help to raise money for this single mom of 3. Her son was fatally shot while sound asleep in his bed. Apparently, there was a shootout that took place and claimed the life of this innocent child. The family were innocent bystanders of this senseless act. The mother is a young woman who just buried her grandmother, who raised her, and her uncle, who was like a father to her. Both died of COVID-related causes. Unfortunately, she must not now bury her only son. This story really bothered me. I mean, here you have a child who had just played with his sister, went off to sleep with his sister beside of him, who his mother says they were best friends, and you can imagine that they were. An innocent child, sound asleep in bed, is not even safe. It's just terrible. It's terrible. My heart goes out to this family. The businesses around the town of Albany, I think they've raised something like $10,000 as of the time of this video. And to me, even that was disappointing. Only because, to me, the town is much bigger than that. This is a town of 70-something thousand people. And all you can do is 10,000? It just sounds like the community of Albany is just, I don't know if they're just in shock or what's going on. But I really hope that they can come together, solve this crime, stop more crime like this from happening, because these children don't stand a chance as long as stuff like this is happening. An innocent child in his bed. It just sickens me. And now, the sad part about it, I was thinking about it. This little girl, yeah, she'll remember her brother for a little while. but eventually she's not even going to remember him. And that's sad to me, to know that she had a brother who was her best friend, but as she grows older and her memory changes and he fades, she's never going to even remember him. That's sad to me, guys. It's sad. But my heart goes out to this family, and I will link the GoFundMe in the description box. Thanks for watching, guys.